Every morning at 6 a.m., long before the school hallways filled with noise, she would see him pushing his cleaning cart with quiet determination. His shirt sleeves were always rolled up, his hair slightly messy, and his tired eyes carried a story no one seemed to know. Emily didn't understand her fascination, not at first. She was the new literature teacher, young and full of hope. He was the quiet single dad who kept to himself, who never looked anyone in the eye for too long, who always disappeared the moment his shift ended. But the way he walked, the way he carried a weight he never spoke about, something about him felt unfinished. Something about him felt broken. And Emily wanted to understand why. The janitor with the haunted eyes. His name was Daniel Hart. He rarely smiled. He rarely talked. But whenever he picked up his daughter, Lily, a bright, brown-haired girl in 3rd grade, his entire face transformed. His shoulders softened. His eyes lit up. It was like watching winter melt into spring. Emily noticed everything. One afternoon, as she graded papers by the window, she saw Daniel lifting Lily's backpack. His hands trembled slightly. Not from exhaustion, but from something deeper. A memory, perhaps. She sensed pain beneath the surface. And she wondered what had carved such heaviness into a man who looked like he once carried joy effortlessly. The first conversation. Their first words to each other were accidental. Emily had stayed late, lost in grading. Daniel was mopping the hallway floors. "You're still here?" he asked gently. She looked up. "I lose track of time sometimes." He nodded. "I get that." He held her gaze for a second, just a second, but in that moment, she saw it again. Loneliness. And something that looked a lot like guilt. From that day on, their conversations slowly grew, simple greetings, shared laughs, moments of awkward silence that somehow felt comforting. Emily found herself searching for him in the halls. And Daniel, he didn't admit it, but he began timing his routes to pass by her classroom. The rumors. Teachers talked. "He's quiet because of what happened. He used to be someone important, you know. His wife died." "No, she left." Something about a scandal. Emily ignored all of it. But one rumor stuck with her. He was a firefighter once. She didn't believe it, until she noticed the faint burn scar along his forearm. He caught her staring one day and quickly rolled down his sleeve. "Just an old accident," he muttered, then walked away. Emily's curiosity transformed into concern. Because accidents that leave a man afraid to show his scars are rarely accidents at all. The night his past came crashing back. It happened on a rainy Thursday. A small electrical fire sparked in one of the storage rooms near the gym. The alarms blared through the building. Students panicked. Teachers scrambled. But Daniel froze. Emily found him standing still in the hallway, eyes wide, breathing fast. "Daniel," she shouted. "We need to evacuate." He didn't move. Memories were pulling him backward, trapping him. Emily grabbed his hand. "Daniel, look at me. You're here. You're safe." Her voice anchored him. His breathing steadied. And just like that, something in him snapped into place. He sprinted into action. He grabbed the nearest fire extinguisher, pushed through the smoke, and reached the storage room before anyone else. Emily followed from a safe distance, watching in awe as he fought the flames with precise, efficient movements of a man who had done this 100 times before. When it was over, he collapsed to his knees, coughing, shaking. Emily knelt beside him. "Daniel, what happened to you?" His voice broke. "I wasn't just a firefighter," he whispered. "I was the captain. And I lost an entire crew in a warehouse fire. They trusted me. I miscalculated, and they never made it out." He wiped his face with the back of his shaking hand. "My wife couldn't look at me after that. She said she felt like she was living with a ghost. 2 months later, she left. I kept Lily, she's the only thing I didn't lose." Emily's eyes softened. "Daniel, that wasn't your fault." "It was my call," he whispered. "And I've been paying for it ever since." The challenge they faced. Daniel struggled with severe survivor's guilt, social isolation, fear of forming new connections. Being judged for his past. Raising Lily alone on a janitor's salary. Emily faced her own challenges. Earning trust from a man who feared attachment. Balancing empathy without overstepping. Navigating school gossip and judgment. Helping Daniel heal without losing herself in his pain. Their growing bond wasn't smooth. Daniel pulled away often, scared of letting anyone close. He avoided moments that felt too warm, too hopeful, too much like a second chance. But Emily stayed, not out of pity, but because she saw the man underneath the sorrow. A turning point. One evening, after another long day, Emily found Daniel repairing a broken desk. Lily slept curled up on a chair nearby. He looked up at Emily with tired eyes. "I don't have much to offer anyone," he said quietly. "Just a mess of a past and a lot of scars." She stepped closer. "Scars mean you survived," she said. "And Lily, she smiles because of you. She feels safe because of you. You have more to offer than you think, Daniel." For the first time. He didn't look away. The resolution. Healing didn't happen overnight. Some days Daniel still woke from nightmares. Some days the guilt whispered louder. But now he wasn't carrying it alone. Emily became his anchor, his quiet reassurance. Lily adored her. Together, they became something resembling a family, soft, imperfect, growing. Months later, the school principal called Daniel into the office. His bravery during the storage room fire didn't go unnoticed. He was offered a position as safety coordinator, a role that paid more and honored his experience, without forcing him back into the very thing that haunted him. Daniel looked at Emily afterward. I think I'm finally allowed to breathe again." She smiled. "You always were." The message. Healing doesn't always come from forgetting the past. Sometimes it comes from finding someone who helps you face it. And sometimes, that someone arrives when you least expect it. Daniel didn't know he deserved a second chance. Emily didn't know why she kept watching him. But life has a strange way of pulling people together when their broken pieces happen to fit.